Tail the tape for this one. Garnett 36, as we already mentioned. Tuomas Grönvall is 31. Grönvall, the taller fighter here at 5'7". He has a 1-inch reach advantage as well. Dean Garnett in the red trunks. Tuomas Grönvall is in the black. Early clash, right hand from Garnett got the better of it.
Both guys extremely experienced as well, Sean. Plenty of fights between them. I expect a slow, calculated start from both men.
Yeah, Dean looks like he's looks like Dean's trying to stand his ground and counterpunch a little bit, maybe defend some takedowns instead of grappling himself. What were you saying, Sean? Sorry.
Oh, just 12 wins apiece to drive home Brendan's point. Pretty equal distribution of successes in the cage over their careers.
Calculated start here from Tuomas, circling.
Nice level change. Good timing on that, but what a read by Dean Garnett, who's now got a wrap on the neck. And you know how good his submission skills are.
Speaking to Dean yesterday, he said he had a great weight cut. Huge for the weight, might I add.
A couple of nice knees from Dean Garnett in that front headlock position.
Oh, nice exchange.
Oh, right hand again. Front kick there from Tuomas Grönvall.
Lovely sprawl again by Dean. Goes for the ankle as well to control this position. You can see Grönvall's hooked onto the wrist. Got to be careful he's not grabbing the glove there.
Nice sit out attempt there.
Got the cradle position, Dean Garnett pressing down, making Grönvall really carry his weight. It's going to take a lot of effort to break that grip.
Good knee to the body.
Really effective knees there from Dean.
That'll tenderize your ribs.
Yeah. Oi. Beautiful switch.
Oh, a guillotine attempt from Garnett.
Dean's good with these. He's good with these. He's tight with these.
Cranking hard on the neck of Tuomas Grönvall. This is a nice squeeze, and he's got the hips controlled.
That looks really tight. You can see how Grönvall's stacking to try and stop this choke from sinking too far. That looks so deep though now. I think Dean knows he's got it.
Extremely deep.
Yeah, he's got this.
Dean Garnett with the big squeeze. Thumbs up from Tuomas Grönvall. Where is he finding the space? I guess you could see the right side of that neck has a little bit of room for the carotid, at least right now.
I guess Tuomas has been working on his guillotine defense, guys.
Either that or he can breathe through his belly button.
Yeah.
What pressure. Man, that looks tight.
So tight.
Oh, man. How is he hanging on here? At what point, Brendan, do you start thinking, if you're Dean, I better let go of this so I don't burn my arms out?
I'd say about now, Dan. Like, it gets like that, you know, when you're really going for these submissions and you don't get them.
Man, look at the veins in his neck.
Yeah, it's really tight from Dean Garnett here.
Garnett tried to change the angle on it, walking his toes along the cage.
Superb defense.
My goodness.
Superb defense. And you know, Tuomas taking this on short notice, guys. I mean, let's give him his praise here. To do that against someone like Dean Garnett.
Pure stubbornness, that was. That's my kind of sub-defense.
Beautiful.
And now Dean Garnett, you've got to wonder how his arms are feeling. He gave that a good squeeze. That was a real solid bite that he had on that guillotine. So why would you not commit to it?
Look how long it's taken for the color to drain from Tuomas Grönvall's face.
Crazy. Amazing defense. And good position here, sliding the knee in. You know, how much has this taken out of Dean going for this submission? We'll see.
Yeah, look at those blown up forearms that he's got there. Nice work. Pops his hips up just momentarily, but I think he's also concerned that as he's building up, he might be open to knees to the head from Grönvall because he's in the right position to throw. Yeah,
that rule's now changed recently, and you know, I had to get used to that myself. It's quite difficult to get used to as you're coming up now. You have to actually watch for the knees, whereas before it was completely illegal.
Oh, good effort.
Dean Garnett out the back door. Grönvall has to turtle up to prevent this onslaught.
It's a great chess match on the ground here.
But you see Garnett able to immediately get some offense going, and Grönvall's been more positioning on top.
Grönvall over the neck. You can see how Dean's postured up. He's got a real strong neck and upper back. You can see how he's driving his head up. Grönvall wants to try and bear down on the back of his neck, try and drive the crown of his head towards the canvas so he can wrap the guillotine tighter.
Look at the muscles in Dean Garnett's back.
crazy. I don't know how he makes this weight class.
He's crazy. I mean, it takes a lot out of him. We spoke about this yesterday. He's got to do it another couple of times this year if he's successful, and it's difficult.
He was even talking about moving up to featherweight at some point.
I mean, Dan, have you watched his documentary on his weight cut?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. Close one. Good scrambles.
Yeah.
Both guys looking excellent, to be honest, on the ground.
Yeah, that guillotine attempt probably alone was enough to seal that round for him. It was so close.
But what effect is it going to have in this round now after really going for that choke?
Well, this is the question. I mean, only Dean knows how his arms are feeling right now, and I'm sure his corner team were shaking him out if necessary, but everything's going to feel a little slower if he's got that lactate build up in his muscles.
I mean, you can physically see it.
That's because he's got like 2% body fat.
That's also true. Beautiful. I really like the way Tuomas is dipping for that takedown. It's beautiful as Dean commits.
He's going to have to bring his feet.
There we go
with
again.
him.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He's timing it perfect.
If he wants to get Dean Garnett down, he's got to drive his legs and hips forward.
Really impressed with Tuomas here on short notice. I really am.
Yeah, he's very good at reading Dean as he steps forward, just keeping enough space in between them so Dean has to step before he lands a punch. He's not in direct punching range. Dean always has to move his feet into range. I wonder if Grönvall went back to watch that McGrillen fight and thought to himself, what am I going to have to hit this guy with to put him away? You know? Like,
I mean, I can honestly see here two very experienced mixed martial artists. It's a chess game, this one.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good short hook from Grönvall.
That right hand from Dean doesn't even have to land, but it'll back you up because he throws with so much intent.
Both guys are feeling it. Oh, it's a nice hook. And he got caught a few times with that with Lewis McGrillen too, with that hook on the outside.
Good jab from Grönvall, traded a leg kick for it.
Underhook there, circles himself off the fence, wrapped on the neck again. He looks for an outside reap. Can he get Grönvall to the floor? He does.
Great work. Great work.
Look at the scrambling of Grönvall though.
Grönvall, you know the type, don't you, Dan? You know the ones that just slip in and out of everything.
Yeah.
The sneaky type grapplers.
Absolutely.
And there is that
rule
downed
change.
opponent rule change that you're talking about, Brendan. Grönvall's hands are both on the mat, but your knees got to be down for you to be down now. Those hands have to be truly weight-bearing.
And that was a big change, because that was a forever rule, right? And just changed recently.
And people would just play games with it. You would put a finger on the mat, you're down.
Exactly.
They even tried to solve it where you kind of can't play that game, but then it's very subjective and based on the opinion of the referee, right?
Which you can't have at this level.
And also the 12-6 elbows being changed as well is, you know, there's a huge difference, and we've seen them used with really good effect. I actually don't think we've seen these knees being used as well as they could be.
Agreed.
You know?
Well, gyms will be now drilling them, won't they?
Yes. Some awkward control around the leg that he had for a moment, but now he's free. Dean up.
Tuomas, beautiful work, both guys. Slippery.
It's really interesting. He's not shy about reaching back, which can put you in a really, really bad situation when someone is on your back. But Tuomas Grönvall now with the Kimura grip. Nice.
Dean just using his brute strength there.
Yeah, if you've got it, you can use it.
Exactly.
And just for a moment, as you said, Grönvall had that Kimura, but the downside to that is he couldn't protect his head as it was planting onto the canvas.
Excellent.
Kind of out the back door goes Grönvall.
Nice jab as well on the exit. Tuomas now pressing forward. He'll look to time Dean's punches to go for a takedown, I'd say again. He's doing that really nice.
Yeah, Dean's looking for that rear uppercut.
Switches stances. Thinks better if it goes back to orthodox.
Nice.
Overhand
nice,
right for Dean Garnett.
Showing visible signs of tiredness now, though.
Those arms that we talked
Yeah,
about
they're
with the
burning,
big
guys.
squeeze.
They're burning.
They're hanging down by the waist.
Oh, here we
now.
go. Now we're in a Dean Garnett fight. Here we go.
Driving into the fence. Still going for the double leg takedown at the moment. You can see Grönvall on the wrist, trying to get loose of that control, and now he turns off a knees to the body.
Looked like Garnett wanted to back out. Grönvall kept him close in with that clinch. Attacked the knee to the body.
Very even fight here. Very close exchanges. Very hard to score as well.
You've got to think as well, the longer this fight goes, the more the confidence of Grönvall is going to grow, because he was the short notice opponent. And Dean, you've got to wonder when he's starting to question how this fight is playing out for him, because this, I mean, obviously he said to us in the fighter interviews, he wins everywhere, right? He wins this fight everywhere, almost like it was going to be quite a comfortable one for him. But
Tell you
now,
what, these short notice opponents, they can go where they can get a wild card. You've trained for someone for 6 weeks, and then a week before you get someone with a completely different style that can really throw you off.
and we know how tough Grönvall is. We've seen it so many times.
Dean Garnett, Tuomas Grönvall, one more round.
Very interesting, very close fight.
Yes.
Up for grabs.
It's a nice short left hand from, oh, that was beautiful. Clever work.
Feinted the knee, turned it into a Superman punch.
Grönvall not shooting as much anymore, really like finding his confidence with his hands in this round now.
I think maybe he's starting to see that Dean's slowed down a bit, and now Grönvall finds that he's got his timing. See, because Dean can be quite flat-footed, you tend to see the build-up of his movement in his upper body before he steps.
I said it before, like won 4 of his last 5, his only losses to the champion last year. Super impressive from Dean, but at 36, you've got to think, how long has he got left? You know what I mean, this is his time now.
As we were talking about, sometimes it's just the battle of the weight division, you know. I mean, as people grow, they naturally gain muscle mass and bone density, and Dean's been doing this for a long time now. You can imagine that his bone density and muscle mass has been steadily growing over those years. Featherweight might be the right move for him.
I agree. I agree.
Grönvall with the forward pressure now. Garnett happy to meet it, stay in the center of the smart cage. Tying up the right arm.
These type of fights, they do suit Dean though. You know, the clinchy type, dirty boxing. He really gets stuck into these fights and comes alive.
I like the fact that Grönvall was trying to strip these grips and he was trying to get out of this clinch, but now it looks like he's been drawn into the grappling match that Dean wants. Although maybe not. You can see the anti-clinch, you can see the frames coming inside the underhooks and overhooks. Nice that inside reap takedown.
Beautiful, Dean. What a great scramble
step
for
through. Garnett showing his awareness and his strength there. Good scramble by Grönvall to get back on his feet.
This is about as mixed martial arts as it gets.
Right.
You know?
Pulls him to the floor. Grönvall's clamped onto a Kimura, but he needs to be dealing more with the hook that's controlling his hip.
He's turning in nicely. Dean's trying to hold on to the back.
Grönvall switches over to top position into the half guard of Dean Garnett.
I'm super impressed with Grönvall scrambling, I really am. Strong guy like Dean Garnett on top of you, he's really impressed me.
Brendan, get your phone out and click on that QR code, download the app. Have you downloaded this yet?
What is this?
The full fight library on the PFL app. Every Brendan Loughnane fight in the PFL Smart Cage available on the PFL app. Look, Garnett's trying to set up a shoulder choke from the bottom here. Grönvall able to move his arm to the opposite side of Dean Garnett's head.
You've got to think now, guys, 2 minutes left, Dean on bottom, he has to do something here.
Yeah, he's looking very fatigued. 2 minutes to go. You can see Grönvall maybe trying to sneak in an arm for a Darce choke, perhaps. Dean's clamped onto that wrist with both hands. Now he's going to try and sit up. Got to be careful he doesn't expose his back in the process.
I've never been the jump guillotine type. It's so dangerous. It's hit or it's miss, but if you miss, you really miss.
Yes.
And we're seeing that on, you know, this is evident here now. Dean's really gone for that in the first round, and it gassed himself out.
Grönvall forcing pressure again.
It's like the MMA equivalent of going all in, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, put all the chips in the middle of the table and see what happens. And Dean looks very, very tired here. And also, you know, you were talking earlier about that weight cut. The difference in going through the weight cut and getting a hard squeeze on a guillotine and not. I mean, Dean might feel like he can do that all day in the gym.
Grönvall now has the right arm of Dean Garnett isolated and trapped under the instep. Good work by Garnett to get it back.
If you've not seen Dean Garnett's weight cut, ladies and gentlemen, put in YouTube Dean Garnett weight cut, and you'll see what this man goes through to make this weight.
I think we're also seeing the unfortunate results of big weight cuts as well here.
But Grönvall, super impressive, great positioning, trapping the far wrist. It's really impressed me with his grappling, his tenacity. The way he can mix levels is beautiful.
Now, I know his nickname is the Tank Engine because his name's Thomas, but he has got a tank engine, hasn't he?
What a fitting name.
Yeah.
Tuomas Grönvall avoiding these up kicks from Dean Garnett. One sneaks through. Grönvall now one more time into the mount, big elbow.
A solid performance from Tuomas Grönvall.
Guys.
And that's going to surprise a lot of people. That's going to upsell a lot of parlays. A lot of people would have had Dean Garnett as a shoo-in for that.
The level at this bantamweight division now is horrifying.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 29-28 for your winner, securing their place in the semi-finals. Dean Garnett!
Garnett gets the nod from the judges and advances in the bantamweight tournament. Very, very close fight.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now.